Hello and welcome back to Rabbit Reads, where we are continuing Skulduggery Pleasant Playing with Fire, as we are now on Chapter 10, The Armour of Lord Vile. Billy Ray Sanguine didn't like the infected. He looked at them as he passed, looked at their blank faces and dull eyes. Half of them dug, half of them cleared rocks, and they never took a break. Dusk's command over them was absolute. Sanguine left them to it. As he walked, he felt the knife in his belt. It was big and heavy and awkward. He much preferred his cutthroat razor, but that girl had taken it from him. He was looking forward to seeing her again. The caves were big, and the lights that they had rigged up barely made a dent in the darkness through which Baron Vengius now strode. The infected have cleared the chambers to the east, Sanguine told him. The armor ain't there. I've searched the caves to the west. Didn't find anything. Tunneled through a couple of collapsed passageways to the north. Still nothing. Looks like the armor, if it's here at all, is in one of those chambers to the south. It's here, Vengius said with confidence. Lord Vile died in these caves, I know it. What of my garments? In order to don the armor, Vengius would need special garments to protect him from the necromancer power within. It had been Sanguine's job to obtain these garments. They'll be ready by nightfall, Sanguine said, as promised. They had better be. Sanguine looked at him, but said nothing. The Baron was not a man to be trifled with, especially at a time like this. Someone like Sanguine didn't like was Dusk. Someone else Sanguine didn't like was Dusk. He didn't like vampires as a rule, but he really disliked Dusk, especially the way he could sneak up without making a sound. Vengius was the only person Sanguine had ever met who could hear Dusk approaching, which was why, when Dusk spoke from right behind Sanguine, Sanguine jumped and Vengius remained perfectly still. Baron, Dusk said, we have found it. Vengius's eyes glittered in the lamplight. They followed Dusk deeper into the cave system. Water trickled down rock walls, made the ground slippery. They walked together towards a pack of the infected who stood back to let Baron Vengius pass into this newly discovered chamber. Sanguine made his way to the front and stood beside Dusk. The lamps cast long shadows on the uneven walls. In the center of the chamber was a large circular stone table, and on the table lay the armor. It was dull, black, and plain, without etchings or imprints. To Baron Vengius, it must have been the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Lord Vile's armor. And that is the end of Chapter 10. Granted, this was a relatively short chapter. It told us a lot of information. That apparently the armor has some sort of power that Vengius needs to be protected from. And that he cannot wear the armor without getting hurt if he does not have these garments. So, what would be smart of the heroes of our tale to do would be to stop these garments from getting made. Unfortunately, I don't think they know about it. And if they do, I've forgotten that part. But that's where we're at. If Vengius is able to get this armor, I forget, they said he could resurrect the faceless ones, I think is what they said. And if that happens, then we're screwed. Or they're screwed, technically. But, yeah. And that's where I'm going to leave this one here. Or that's where I'm going to leave this one. So thank you guys so much for listening to this one. If you liked it, you know what to do. Keep things crazy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.